3, 2, 1.
Well, this year, we've been concentrating on communing with our greatness, communing with the divine presence that exists in all of us, that which is individually, as Caressa was saying, personally and powerfully embedded in you. We talked about preparing and identifying ourselves by getting back to the basics, who we are, pinpointing that power that is within us, working this power and presence every day, no matter what's going on. We do this by unifying with the power and presence in an active way, on purpose, with a purpose, present and focused on the good, the light, the declared, no matter what's going on. That takes having vision and a dedication to your personal mission, taking action in mind, body, heart, and gut. For we are the fuel. Each and every one of us are the fuel. The fuel is not out there. The fuel is in here. We are the light, the divine light, the powerful, intelligent, loving light. We are that. It is within us right here. We are the actors, the sculptors, the playwrights, the painters of our life experiences. We write them. We decide what's staying and what's going. And when we declare with all of our heart in a holistic, full-bodied way, life is a full-bodied, holistic experience. It's not just mental. It's not just heartfelt. It's not just intuition. I'm pointing at my gut. It's all of it going on and using our body to take action in this 3D reality world. So when we declare with all our heart in a holistic, full-bodied way and with feeling and imagination working all the time optimally, we can reveal our greatest life with specificity, reorganizing any of the chaoses that is out in the world, just like during the birth of our universe. It was all chaos. But with the power and presence and the energy that took that chaos and turned it into the cosmos that we have, we too can do that. We too can step into a cosmos, into a balanced harmony of infinite possibilities and that which surrounds us. That's that which is happening around us. We spent time this year discovering some definitions that might have gotten lost in the translation of the world, the translation of spirituality, of religion, of day-to-day life, like the word God. Some people don't like that word. Some people are uncomfortable with that word, and that's okay. You don't have to use that word, God. God doesn't care. You can say Phil, you can say it, she, he, them, they, whatever. The Big Bang. But God is something we looked into to redefine. And there was a great quote when we were talking about that week from Emily Cady, who wrote a book, I Used Truth, How I Used Truth, God's Hand. And she said, there is but one hand in the universe. It is God's hand. Whenever you have felt that your hand was empty, it has been because you have believed yourself something separate from God. Your hand is God's hand. My hand is God's hand. It reaches out through these, its only hands, to give its gifts. And its gifts are you. Its gifts are me. Its gifts are everyone. when we reach out, when we step into, when we allow this divine power to work for us, and as well as with us and as us, we produce a life that is just juicy and wonderful and happy and successful. We also talked about the law of you. The law of you. As Ernest Holmes wrote, there's a power in the universe greater than you are, and you get to use it. That's the law of you. This power that is within the universe. You can call it the law of attraction. You can call it the law of cause and effect. You can call it whatever you want. But there is this law that is there that is turning your thoughts, your declarations, your havingness into your life experiences. You get to use that every single moment of every single day. We also talked about being mindful. Mindfulness is a wonderful thing, but also being mindful, mind-full, mindful, being full of mind, being full of that divine intelligence and wisdom that is within you, either because it's always there or because you're listening to your intuition. And we also talked about the act of treating and healing our minds and life, and thus our world. When we heal through treatment, through affirmative prayer, that's what I mean by spiritual mind treatment. When we heal ourselves, when we teach ourselves, when we remind ourselves through that spiritual practice of affirmative prayer, or through using the affirmative incantations or meditation or any of the spiritual practices, we not only learn or relearn, we not only awaken and or allow, we are healing our minds and our hearts and our life and our world. We are the harvesters of our greatest life, not our jobs, not our upbringing, not our social status or financial situation. Those are all fine and good. They are not the harvesters of our greatest life. We are, knowing who we are, being and living the life of who we are, an individualization of that singularity energy that started it all. Nor are we the opinions of others, good, bad, or indifferent. No, we are not others' opinions. What they think of you is none of your business, as I've said many times. The manifestation process begins and ends with you, the law of you, your mind, your consciousness, my mind, my consciousness, through our imagination, living the feelings in the experience that we have decided to manifest in our lives. When we imagine that, when we play with that, when we sit in wonderment with that, that informs this law of cause and effect, this law of attraction, this law of boomerangs, whatever you want to call it. This informs that law, what to bring forth. And it worries about the how. You don't have to worry about the how. You do your stuff in life, but you don't have to worry about the how. You just have to worry about the what. Not even worry. Worry is the wrong word. You have to decide, you have to declare, you have to be in havingness of that idea. And it begins and ends with a continuous life of gratitude. For gratitude is the acceptance as well as the appreciation of our good, our best, our greatest life. These are things we talked about all year. So being in the having consciousness of this good, this best, this greatness in all parts of our lives, not only do we continue a life of joy, and joy, of course, for me is that connection, that communion with our divine selves. No matter the experiences that are going on in our lives, we also thus bring more happiness in our lives, more fun, more love. As we celebrate the life of who is the great example, And we rejoice the miracle starting today, I believe, or was it yesterday? The living light of God in the saving of a people. And as we jubilate in the revelry of the feasts of life, and we honor and proclaim the fruits of a heritage in unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith, like they do during Kwanzaa. And we partake in the changing of the season and the sun's rebirth to rest, replenish, and rejuice our purpose, our mission, and our vision. For we all have one. To hold dear the victory of light over dark, as what happens during the winter solstice. We do so with joyous intent, loving kindness, respect, and knowing who we are within this oneness we call life. Whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, Dongji, Saturnalia, Saint Lucia's Day, Yalda, Soyal, or the winter solstice, all of them, or any of them. Celebrate this season with a communion with that divine that is within you, the communion with your greatness. Because that's what we've been talking about all year, communing with our greatness. That doesn't make you better than anyone else. It makes you the greatest you. The greatest you. And the greatest you inspires the greatest of everyone else as well. Some people need some extra inspiration, some extra motivation, and you being your greatest does that. You being your greatest, humble, respectful, kind, loving, peaceful, calm, graceful, inspires everyone else who needs to be inspired, who needs to be reminded of their greatness. This week's affirmative incantation talks about igniting, illuminating, shining, spotlighting, turning on, and thus catching fire to our best selves as divine spiritual beings living a human life. So no matter if it is with candles or bulbs or just your imagination, my friends, my blessed friends, light them up. Thank you so much. Namaste.